Alright, so this is ARB in Brookvale. This is a facility that's owned by a guy called Shane, who I don't know, and I know he owns this one and he owns the one in Artarmon. With the Pathfinder, we had all our work done in Artarmon, but I'm going to actually now do everything in Brookvale. It's actually a bit easier for me to get to, and I booked the car in for its first bit of work, which is a tow hitch and a REDARC brake controller. So this showroom in Brookvale is something to be seen, to be believed. It is absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to show you a few of the little items that I'm planning on adding to the Pathfinder over the next, let's just say over the next 6 months to a year. For anybody who watches my channel, it should be no surprise that this is going to be one of the first items to be added. So this is the Safari snorkel. The Toyota Prado has its own snorkel, but I think I've decided I'm just going to go for the Safari. A lot of people have said this is an incredibly well-made piece of kit with very, very high-quality plastic. So I think the plan is to stick with Safari for the moment. So this is the REDARC Tow Pro Elite, which is what is being installed in the Prado today. That's the brake controller. This is quite clever actually. So REDARC have produced this little diagram, I suppose, to show how the brake controller works. So there's the regular brakes, which is putting the brakes on the car and the brakes on the caravan, and the red light on the back of the car. But here is the REDARC brake controller. If you press that, it's just the brakes on the caravan and the brake light on the back of the car and the back of the caravan. That's very interesting. That shows it quite well. So the next item that I'm considering is a steel bull bar. This is called the Summit Mark II, and this is what it is that Anthony has on his Land Cruiser 200 series, the one that when he hit the 6-foot kangaroo, it really didn't damage the vehicle at all. I'm also thinking about adding some driving lights to the bull bar, if nothing else just because I think they look really cool, and these are the ones that I'm thinking of going for. It's the ARB Intensity, and this is actually a steel or alloy, which I like. They've also got it with this little bit of a red trim, but I think I just prefer to go for the one that's a solid grey. This isn't actually the top of their range in lighting. The top of the range in ARB's lighting is this one here. But I don't think this is actually made out of metal. And this is called the Intensity IQ. The lights in the Prado are excellent. The high beam is excellent, and it's an automatic high beam, so it automatically dips. But I do think that for some of the driving that I do, I'd like to be able to have some floodlights that go, really far into the distance. And I know ARB often recommend doing a spot and a flood, and I did that with my Pathfinder the first time around. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get 2 floodlights that just light up the road. And the ones that I'm getting, I think there's you can dial down the intensity, because sometimes the lights are actually almost too bright, and signs just reflect back reflect back at you. So my plan is to maybe be able to dial down the intensity, but still have it, flood sort of into the distance. So no spots, just floods, 2 floods. So there are 2 items that I'm really on the fence about. The first is suspension, and the second is a winch. Let me just show you the suspension that I'd be interested in. So this is ARB's top of the line suspension, the BP51, and I'm pretty sure that this is the actual unit itself. And it's got this little spare capsule. I have heard that these are really, really excellent. So that would be what I would go for, but for the moment I'm thinking of just leaving the standard Toyota suspension. If nothing else, just so that when I do make a change, I can actually feel the difference between the OEM that comes with the altitude and the the upgrade to ARB. This is the other suspension that they have that's compatible with the Prado. So this suspension, I think this is the one that doesn't have the little spare canister. And this is called the Old Man Emu MT64. The other item that I'm really on the fence about is a winch. So I'm just not sure if that's something that I want to do. But regardless, if I was to do a winch, then this would be what I'd be interested in. Is something like this worn winch here with a Dyneema cable. That looks like a goer. That's interesting. So that's actually a recovery rope, kinetic rope, 9 meters, 8 ton. Wow. You really could go crazy in this particular shop. So here is the underbody protection. So again, I'm not sure if this is something that I want to do. It's certainly something I'm interested in. It's just I'm not sure if it's something that I want to do. But that's underbody protection for the Prado. So when I was driving around the Tamworth area with Dean, with the BMW on the back of the tray, after the flooding incident, I noticed that Dean was in constant communication via UHF radio with lots of other sort of people in the area, and they were all communicating about what roads were open. I must say I found that very interesting. So I do have a couple of handheld GME radios, but I might consider also putting in a permanent radio solution, UHF radio solution, into the Prado. So that's what this is here. This is the various solutions. So there we go. There's the aerials. And then there's one of the little handheld radio units. So I might consider doing something like that. This is an ARB long-range fuel tank. But I must say, I think the range of 1,000 Ks on the Prado is acceptable as it is. So I don't think I'm going to do anything fancy like this. Regardless, they've got them here. Just quickly show you a view of the actual workshop itself. It's a pretty impressive facility. Right, so there's the Prado over there. Right, ARB started in 1975, and it looks like they started with a roof rack and a bull bar. So started in a garage in Ringwood. ARB Anthony Ronald Brown. So 2017 sells their millionth bull bar. So I see, so this brushless air compressor must be quite a big thing that was released in 2025. Okay, going to get out of this shop before I buy anything else. That is like a Lego store for adults.
A few moments later.
This is Ari, who's helped me. Ari, say hello to everybody.
G'day guys.
Thank you for your help.
That's okay. My
Great.
pleasure.
And all your advice. And of course we've got another quote for the bull bar.
Yeah.
And for the safari snorkel when that comes in.
Yeah, later this year. Yeah.
Later this year. Do you want to talk everyone through what we've done to the Prado?
Yeah. So we'll start at the back of the car.
Yep.
All the Prados come already with like the hitch installed. What we get from Toyota is the actual toe ball mount.
Yes.
And the wiring to run a 7-pin or 12-pin plug, depending on what you want to do.
Yep. Yep.
For Robert, a 7-pin plug seems to make the most sense.
Yep. It is.
We
Yep.
put it on a 3-bay bracket. So here you would put an Anderson plug for a trailer and solar input down the track if you wanted to.
Yes.
And these here are for airbags down the track if that's what you wanted to do.
Okay. That's perfect. Good.
But otherwise, yeah, when you're not using it, that comes out and your factory cap goes in there. And what Toyota includes, wherever the boot, with the toe ball mount is a nice carry bag as well.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So that's for this.
Okay. Great.
And you've obviously opted for a second kit as well, which will put your
Yes,
trailer
yes,
hitch on
yes.
there.
That the different hitch that I have.
Yeah, so this is how it comes from Toyota.
Okay, that's how it comes from Toyota. Okay,
All nice and
perfect.
neat. There you go.
Great, good.
Yeah.
And then also REDARC brake controller.
Yeah, so we put a Tow Pro in there, which is REDARC's offering. Generally, on the Prados, we're putting factory Toyota brake controllers. But,
Yes.
the REDARC stuff is good as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I've had in the past. That's what I trust. That's what I wanted. And am I right in saying there was also a Heyman Reese option for the?
There is, yeah.
Okay.
So the reason we just go for genuine Toyota is Heyman Reese is great when we're approaching a car that doesn't have all the mounting already done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It makes sense to do. On these in the 300 series, all you need is the toe ball mount.
All right.
Your wiring, and it just works a lot better when it's all Toyota.
Makes
the
sense.
7-pin plug just plugs in.
Perfect.
Makes it really easy.
Sounds brilliant. Do you want to show me where we installed the REDARC?
So pretty easy to see. So
Oh,
you don't really
perfect.
have to look for it when you're driving. Last
Yeah,
thing you want to
great.
do when the trailer starts swaying is look for the emergency button.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
and that's the reality of it is actually that. First of all, when you first start using it, you should drive on a flat road, hit the brakes, and make sure you can feel
Yeah.
the caravan. But also, if it starts to sway, you can hit the button, and then it will do the brakes and the caravan to stop you swaying.
Yeah, you just give it a quick tap, and it gives it enough to just
Okay.
sort of fix
Bring it back in line.
Yeah.
Nice one. Hey, thanks for your help. I really
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Thank you.
That's yours.
Yeah, brilliant. I like the fact that the guys go the effort to put a mat down in the car and they're working on it. Right, so this is the first bit of work that's been done, and it is actually a genuine Toyota part. 350 kilogram download and 3.5 ton towing capacity. And this one's got a ball, but I've bought another link, and I'm going to get the ball replaced with the connection that the Topaz Caravan has. And then over here, I've got the normal 7-pin, but my bad for not mentioning that I also need an Anderson plug. So I've booked the van in for Tuesday to get the Anderson plug connected in as well. Okay, so that was 2,100 for the Toyota towing kit, a spare tow ball, and the REDARC Tow Pro brake controller. First of the expenses on the Prado.
A few moments later.
Back at ARB Brookvale to pick up the Prado after the installation of the Anderson plug. And here is some Kia car. And this pretty trick looking black bull bar. Bi-coloured roof. Very smart. It's called the Kia Tasman. Right, let's go and see what the damage is. Graham's going to show what's just been done to the Prado.
We've just done a heavy duty 50 amp isolated Anderson plug to the dash with the cover on.
Nice.
It's also ignition isolated, so when the vehicle's off, the power is isolated from here, so it ended up with a
That's
flat
good,
battery.
because the Beamer, it wasn't isolated, and I had to every time I parked the caravan I had to unplug it.
Makes no sense. You got to do it once and do it right.
Okay, good. Oh, I like the red. That's sweet. Thanks, Graham. Thanks for sorting it out so quickly. I really appreciate it.
It's good.
Good.
Go, my friend. Go and catch some trout.
Yeah, gonna catch some trout. Well, it's the vehicle's gonna get a run on Thursday. Thursday down to Lake Yukonbean for a trout fishing competition.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my first ever comp.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm going to far north Queensland on Friday morning to chase barramundi.
Chase barramundi.
So I'll go to the other end of the country.
The
You go
other
south,
end of the
I'll go
country.
north.
Perfect. Good. So that's 2-1 for the tow hitch and the REDARC brake controller, and I bought a spare tow hitch because I need one that can have a tow ball for my bike rack and one that has got the DO 35, whatever it is, link for the caravan. And then this was another 750 for the Anderson plug with the isolator. So there we go. So that's what's that? 750 2850 so far, almost $3,000 on the Prado, getting it ready to tow, Dr. Phil. So because the BMW was so low to the ground, I had to have this raised tow hitch to be able to connect the Dr. Phil to the topaz. And now this is a connection point for the topaz, and that's a much more elegant design. Wow, this is heavy. This is really solid. So there we go. So they've swapped that over, and that comes in one of these Toyota towing kits for the Land Cruiser Prado. Yeah, sorted, ready for my first trip to Yukon Bean.
Guys, it's not about dating the cool guy, not anymore. It's about dating the gadget guy. It's about dating the gadget guy. He's prepared, dude, and he fixates on things, but it's like really endearing, and he can camp, and he loves to fish and be outdoors, and like you think he's up to no good, but like in reality he's just like building a shelf and digging a hole.